Hello everyone. In this world, science has a very significant role because we could see many scientific changes in our day-to-day life. Nowadays, science is developing tremendously. Hence, it is very significant to understand more about science. To aware children about the scientific facts, Mother India Public School is organizing a science exhibition, Astra 2K21, for every students. In the science exhibition, students can select a topic, do researches about it, and then perform a demonstration about it. By doing this, they are developing an idea about science. Students could do amazing and colorful activities. They are exploring a new world of chemical reactions and biological changes. I thank our principal and teachers for organizing the science exhibition. Myself Bhagya Subin from 10th standard. Today I am honored to welcome you all to Astra 2K21 of Mother India Public School, Kallara.
I am Nakshatra, student of class 7. Here I have made a model of conservation of soil and water. I have made this model to make you aware about how to conserve soil and water. Scientists have predicted that the next world war will be fought for water and we will face water scarcity soon. If there is no soil and water, the earth will be barren like other planets. So let's look at the aim. To prove conservation of soil and water is necessary for our life. Materials used. Eco-friendly items such as clay, plants, etc. Real-life application. Along with agriculture, we can conserve soil and water for our future generation. Diagram. This is a still model. Conservation of soil and water. To conserve soil, the first method is terrace farming. Here we can see step-by-step cultivation. This means growing crops in a hilly region by step-by-step cultivation. And next one, afforestation. Here, introducing trees or tree seedlings to an area which has previously not been forested. Next, contour farming. Here it means that growing crops in a parabolic shape. Look. And next, conservation tillage. Minimum soil manipulation necessary for crop production. This will reduce sedimentation in water bodies. Strip farming. Cultivating a field into long narrow strips. This will prevent soil erosion. Here we can see strips. Grass to water way. It is from 2 meter to 48 meter width with a grassland strip of green belt. Next, field. Paddy field. Look. And it contains, this place contains lot of water because clay soil is found here and it can retain more water. Conservation of water. The first one, rainwater pit. Look, hope you all are similar with this term rainwater pit and how it used. I will explain it. Look, this is a small pit and the rainwater will be stored in this pit and it will move to the well or otherwise it will recharge the groundwater. Next, check dam. Look, these are small temporary dams used to control water velocity. These are both helpful in conserving soil and water. Instead of rainwater pits, we can make ponds, wells, etc. to conserve soil and water. So let's look at the model. Look. This is terrace farming. Look, it's step-by-step cultivation. Next, afforestation. This is afforestation. Contour farming. Look, in a parabolic shape. And pond. Grass to water way. This is conservation tillage. And rainwater pit, wells, check dams. This is check dams. Then field, paddy field, and next strip farming. hope you all understand this. Conserve soil and water and thereby saving your mother. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. I am Adish Rajat of class 9. Today, as part of my science exhibition, I am going to prove the Newton's 3 laws of motion using very simple experiments or demonstrators. Okay, so today I'll do 3 experiments to prove 3 Newton's law of motion. Okay, so let's begin. For the first experiment, I've set all the materials required here. I've taken a cloth, 2 bowls of water, and I've spread the cloth on the table and I've placed 2 bowls of water on the cloth. Now I'm going to pull this cloth. So let's see what will happen to the bowl of water. Let's observe that. Okay, so I'm going to pull the cloth. 1, 2, 3. Yes, the thing is done. See, I have pulled off the cloth. Yeah, but see, the 2 bowls of water remains the same position. How? Here comes the first law of motion. Here, before saying the first law of motion, I have to say a word. I have to define a word named inertia. Inertia is the tendency to remain at the state of rest if it is at rest, or to remain at the state of motion if it is at motion. So the inertia plays a very important role in the first law of motion. Okay? The first law of motion states that an object remains at the state of rest or at uniform motion in a straight line unless it is compelled by an external unbalanced force. Okay, so that was the first law of motion. Now, let's move on to the second law of motion. Okay, so here I have set all the materials required for the second experiment to prove the second law of motion. So I have taken a slop here, see a slop, and 2 bottles. One with water, see, and one is empty. Okay, so here we're going to do a very simple experiment, and any one of us can do it. Okay, so here I'm going to conduct a race between these 2 bottles, bottle with water and which is empty. Okay, so let's start the race and let's observe who will win the race. Okay, okay, so 1, 2 and 3. Yes, did you see that? The bottle containing water reaches the end first. The bottle containing water won the race. Yeah? So do you know why this is happening? This is the second law of motion. The second law of motion is very relative to the mass of the object and the acceleration. From the second law of motion, we'll get a formula for finding the force acted upon the object. Yeah? Yeah, here the mass of these 2 bottles. Well, comparing the mass of these 2 bottles, the bottle containing water is heavier than the empty bottle. That's very simple concept to understand. So, I've told you, in the second law of motion, we are having a formula for finding the force of the object. That is the product of the mass and the acceleration. Here, the bottle with water is heavier than the empty one and the mass is greater in this heavier bottle, right? In the water containing bottle. And the acceleration, as it is a slope, yeah, as it is a slope, we can see that the heavier thing will move very faster on a slope. See, for example, we can say that if we ride a bicycle through a slope, yeah, we'll go in a minimum speed or a normal speed. But if we put something on our basket in front of our cycle, yeah, we'll move. And our cycle will move very fastly through the slope. That is the concept here. So, the force here is greater in the water containing bottle, as force can be obtained by getting the product of mass and acceleration. Okay, so here comes the second law of motion. The rate of change of momentum is proportional to the external unbalanced force applied in the direction of the force. Okay, so here I have said a word, momentum. Momentum can be obtained by the velocity and force. Product of mass and velocity is equal to momentum. Here mass is greater in this bottle, which is containing water, and the velocity is also greater because of this slope. Okay, so that was the second experiment, and we proved how the second law of motion worked. So now let's move on to the third law of motion. Okay, so for the third experiment, I have set an apparatus here. I have blown up a balloon and I have placed a piece of straw on top of the balloon, and a string have been passed through it. One end of the string have been attached to it. Okay? So now with a pair of scissors, I am going to cut the end of the balloon and let's see what will happen to this balloon. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to cut 1, 2. Yes. Have you observed that when I cut the balloon went that direction and the air inside the balloon went this direction. Here comes the third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And these equal and opposite reactions will only happen with two objects simultaneously. Here, the two objects were the balloon and the air stuck inside the balloon. Okay? So, here the air went this direction, the opposite direction, and the balloon went the equal direction. So, here we proved the third law of motion too. So, now we have completed all our experiments and we have proved all the 3 Newton's laws of motion. Now, let's check the chart that I have prepared. Okay, so now I hope that you all have enjoyed my presentation, my experiments and my explanation, and the concept made clear for you. Thank you.
Eva, good morning to our respected principal, teachers and my dear friends. Today I would like to introduce a model of the water cycle. What is this? It is water. All living things need water. We cannot live without water, isn't it? So water is valuable. Where does water come from? Yes, we get water because of the process is called the water cycle. Water cycle has mainly 4 steps: evaporation, condensation, precipitation and coagulation. Let me explain this. You look here. Heat from the sun causes water to evaporate from land and other water sources. Then these vapors collect the clouds. Then these clouds travels with the wind. When these clouds get heavy enough, they fall back under earth as rain and snow. Then this rainwater goes to water bodies and inside the earth. This process is repeat again. This is water cycle. Through this process, we get easily water from wells and other water bodies. Are you clear? Thank you.
Good morning, respected principal, teachers, and all dear my friends. I am Kallara again. Today, I am presenting photosynthesis as a part of science exhibition. This is the chart of the photosynthesis. A. To prove that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Principle: photosynthesis is the process by which green leaves make food with the help of water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll to create oxygen and energy in the form of sugar, carbon dioxide, sunlight, chlorophyll in leaf, oxygen, sugar, water and minerals. This is the diagram of photosynthesis. Observation: the green plant uses sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll to create oxygen in the form of sugar. Next, I am presenting the model of photosynthesis. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and send them to the leaves through stem. Leaves absorb carbon dioxide, sunlight, chlorophyll. Then they make food. When food is prepared, it is taken by the veins and stem to all part of the plant. Oxygen is given out through stomata. Real life application: photosynthesis is important to living organism because it's a number on source of oxygen in the atmosphere. It's a balancing of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. My name is Muhammad Rusan. Today I am going to do a small science experiment. What do you know about vinegar? Vinegar is an acetic acid. What do you know about baking soda? Baking soda is known as sodium bicarbonate. We know baking soda is a base and vinegar is an acid. Let's go to the experiment. First, I will add a little vinegar into this bottle. I am adding some baking soda into this balloon. Stretch the balloon over the bottle. Wow, look here. This balloon is filled with carbon dioxide. Let's light a candle. I am opening this balloon. What happened? Wow, the candle light has gone out. In this, we understood that carbon dioxide is a gas that can extinguish fire.
Thank you.
Hi all, I'm Kasnathi from 3rd standard. I would like to present the topic different types of feathers. Birds are the only animals that have feathers on their body. Feathers help the bird to fly, keeps the bird's body warm and cover the bird's body. There are 3 different types of feathers. They are flight feathers, body feathers and ground feathers. Flight feathers. Flight feathers are long and flat. They are found in birds' wings and tail. They help the bird to fly. These are 2 examples of flight feathers. Next is body feathers. Body feathers are bright colored feathers. It covers the bird's body and gives shape to the bird's body. These are 2 examples of body feathers. Next is down feathers. Down feathers are small and fluffy. It keeps the bird's body warm. These are 2 examples of down feathers. Feathers are useful to humans also. Feathers used for making sleeping bags and winter clothes. Some feathers are used as religious objects. For example, peacock feather. That's all about different types of feathers. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Respected principal, teachers and dear friends, I am Aksaran Vai studying in the 7th standard. Now, I am going to describe the 4 inner layers of earth. The first one is crust, second one is mantle, third one is outer core, and the fourth one is inner core. Here the black color is crust. It is the uppermost layer of the earth. It is the thinnest of all layers. It is about 35 kilometers on continental masses and 5 kilometers on oceanic crust. The main minerals of the continental masses are silica and alumina. It is therefore called Ci. The main minerals of the oceanic crust are silica and magnesium. It is therefore called Sima. Our Earth's crust is made up of various types of rocks, such as igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. 1% of the volume of the Earth is crust. Here the red color is mantle. Mantle has about 2,900 km thickness. It is the Earth's thickest layer. 84% of volume of the Earth is mantle. It is composed of iron, nickel, and magnesium. It is hot, dense, and semi-solid. Here the orange color is outer core. Earth's outer core is fluid layer. It is made up of iron and nickel. It is about 2,400 km thickness. Here the yellow color is inner core. Inner core is hot and dense ball of iron. It has a radius of about 1,220 km. 15% of volume of the earth is core. Our mother earth is facing a lot of environmental concerns. The environmental problems like acid rain, water pollution, air pollution, ozone layer depletion, global warming, and climate change affect every human and nation on this planet. The emission of greenhouse gas is the main reason for global warming. Carbon monoxide from vehicles, chemicals from factories, burning plastics, and throwing garbage into rivers causes air pollution and water pollution. Chlorofluorocarbon from AC and refrigerator causes ozone layer depletion. Deforestation spoils ecosystem. So we have to preserve our nature in all ways. Thank you.
Hi all, I am Isitra Sridhar from first B. I am going to present addition up to 10. Addition means putting things together. Plus is the sign of addition. Without addition, we cannot do a simple calculation in our daily life. Properties: adding 0. When we add 0 to a number, the answer is same number. Example: 5 plus 0 equals 5. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 3 plus 0 equals 3. Let's see. 4 plus 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 0 equals 4. Adding 1. When 1 is added to a number, the answer is just after given number. Example: 3 plus 1 equals 4. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 6 plus 1 equals 7. We will show. 3 plus 1. 1, 2, 3 plus 1. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 plus 1 equals 4. Order in addition. If we change the order of the numbers, the answer does not change. Example: 5 plus 2 equals 7. Also 2 plus 5 equals 7. I will show. 5 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Now we change. 2 plus 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 plus 5 also 7. These are properties of addition. Have a nice day. Thank you. Good morning, Marcy. My name is Havayami. I am studying in third standard. This is my project. My project is sense organ. We have 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. First one, eyes. We have 2 eyes. They help us to see around the different things and different colors. Second one is ears. We have 2 ears. They help us to hear the loud music and hear the different sounds. This one is nose. We have 1 nose. It helps us to smell. Good smell and bad smell. This one is tongue. We have 1 tongue. It helps us to taste food and also helps us to speak. Last one is skin. Skin helps us to feel. Good, soft feel and hard feel. This is the largest sense organ in our body. Thank you. My name is Sadhana Biju. I am studying in 2nd standard. Today I am going to present about rainwater harvesting. Rain is the main source of water. We can collect and use it for all household activities. It is called rainwater harvesting. Now let's see how it works. Rainwater in the terrace comes to the water filter. The filtered water stored in the storage tank or well. And this water can be used for watering plants, washing cars, and all other purposes. Uses of rainwater harvesting are save water, prevent floods, increase groundwater level, maintain a healthy water cycle, reduce the stress of rivers and lakes. Water is precious. Save water, save life. Thank you.
Good morning all, respected teacher and my dear friends. Today I am here to speak about application of the computer in our daily life. Let's move to it. When did you last use your computer? Probably today morning when you wake up with the sound of your alarm phone, when you traveled by the car or at the metro station. Amazing how computer have become an important part of our life, right? Computer handled everything. Next, we can discuss about application of the computer in our daily life. Let's move to it. Importance of computer in our life. First, a computer application is banking. To transfer money, to withdraw money from ATM, to access account information. Online banking systems are PhonePe, Google Pay, Paytm, etc. Second computer application is education. To study online, to take exam online, to apply schools and colleges for admission. Lot of applications are available for helping kids. They are Byju's, Aakash, and Academy. Third computer application is defense. Computers are largely used in defense for making modern tankers, missiles, weapons, etc. Guys, can you spend a time for me? My wish is to be a part of the Indian Air Force and protect my country. So, this is my favorite computer application. Let's move back to it. GPS tracking, drone technology, radar technology, etc. Fourth, the computer has application is hospitality, to conduct tests, to monitor patients, to perform surgery. Arogya Setu and Women app are used for helping the patients. Fifth, the computer application is government, to maintain database of the people, to forecast weather and to vote. Sixth, the computer application is transport, to book tickets, to see flights, train status, to monitor movement of flight, train, etc. Toolbars are also a part of the transport. Seventh, the computer application is online shopping. In this pandemic situation, online shopping is the safest way for booking things online. Some apps are also arranged for this purpose. They are Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Myntra, etc. Next, I conclude. Use of computer in our life is incredibly necessary. Computer have made our life easier. In these decades, with high accuracy and quality, less time consumption. The computer is a very fast field in every sector and every aspect of life. Next, we can move to my model. This is a model of a bank. This is a ATM. Some people are going to ATM to collect their money. The full form of the ATM is automatic teller machine. This is a counter. Some people are going to the counter to transfer the checks, etc. These are the apps used for transferring money online. They are Paytm, PhonePe, Google Pay, etc. These apps are used for paying money online, to pay the school fees, to pay the electricity, etc. Next, we can move to the education. A teacher is studying online, the kids are studying online, etc. This is the app for this app name is Google platform, and some apps are used for helping kids. They are Unacademy, Byju's, Agash, etc. Next, we can move to online shopping. These are the apps used for shop online. They are Flipkart, Amazon, Meesho, Myntra, etc. These apps are used for buying anything like sports items, electricity items and toys. Next, we can move to government. This is a e-government. Some people are going to Akshaya to collect their certificate. Akshaya is the middleman between the government and the peoples. Next, we can move to the toll plaza. This is a toll plaza. Some vehicles are going to pay their money to the toll plaza. For paying the money online, they use the FASTag. This is a signals, traffic signals, etc. Next, we can move to real life application. Our life is fully impacted with the computer. Today, the use of the computer with the internet connection has altered our habits, like listening music on the computer, like running online business on the computer, like making online using internet bank, using social network sites, and taking online classes, etc. These are new kind of habits. It's good to be a living practice because so many people are in favor without data analysis. Thank you for watching me.
Good morning all of you. My name is Kasna from First Division. Today I am going to discuss about our sense organs. We have 5 sense organs. Which are they? First one is eye. Second one is ears. Third one is tongue. And fourth one is nose. And last one is skin. Let us see in detail about our sense organs. First one is eyes. I see with my eyes. We have 2 eyes. What is this? This is a pen. I see this pen with my eyes. Second one is nose. I smell with my nose. We have one nose. What is this? This is a flower. I smell this flower with my nose. Third one is tongue. I taste with my tongue. What is this? This is a chocolate. I taste this chocolate with my tongue. Fourth one is ears. I hear with my ears. What is this? This is a toy. Listen the sound. I hear this sound with my ears. And last one is skin. I feel with my skin. What is this? This is a teddy. This is so soft. I feel it. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers and my dear friends. I am Sia Mobin from 1st standard. Today I am going to tell you something. Sources of water. All living things need water. We cannot live without water. Plants and animals need water. Water is the important natural resources for life. There are two types of sources of water: surface water and groundwater. Surface water are sea, lake, pond, river. Other sources of water: rain and well. Dear friend, don't waste water. Save water. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. My name is Aya Mahidar Dev, studying in 5th standard at Madhya Public School, Kallara. Now I am going to present you the structure of a heart and explain the importance of the heart. This is the structure of a heart. This is called the main vein and this is called the main artery. Main artery carries the pure blood and the main vein carries the impure blood. This is called the left atrium and this is called the left ventricle. This is called the right atrium and this is called the right ventricle. This is called the muscular wall of the heart. Importance of the heart. The heart is a very important organ in the body. It is what keeps your blood flowing and your organs going. It is a tireless muscle that pumps more than 2,000 gallons of blood every day. The blood that is pumped is filled with nutrition and oxygen. It travels out of our body in less than 60 seconds. So it needs to be taken extra care of. Thank you.
Hello, I am Meghna. I am studying 3rd B, Mother India Public School, Kallara. I am presenting a topic: landforms of the earth. Mountain, hill, plains, plateaus, valleys, desert, volcano, and icebergs. Next, water bodies: ocean, sea, river, and lake. First one, mountain. You know mountain? Mountain is a huge landmass. The top of the mountain is called peak. The highest mountain peak in the world is Mount Everest. It is in Nepal. Its height is 8,848. Next one, hill. Hill is low mountain ranges. The top of the hill is round in shape. People visit hill station during summer. Pleasant climatic conditions. Next one is plains. Plains are flat and leveled land. Plains are most populated as they are fertile. Next one is plateau. A plateau is a rocky highland with a flat top. It looks like a tabletop. Mineral deposits and fertile lands. Next one is valley. A valley is a V-shaped low-lying area between mountains or hills. Next one is desert. A desert is a large area of dry land. It receives little or no rainfall. It can be hot or cold. Next, volcano and iceberg. Water bodies. First one, ocean. Ocean is a large water body. There are 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. Next one is sea. Sea is big water bodies. Next one is river. River is large stream. Last one, lake. Landsons play a critical role in the life of all people. They affect where people choose to live, the food they can grow, a region, cultural history, social development, building development, etc. The Earth's surface does not show a uniform pattern everywhere, depending upon the elevation and shape of landforms. Thank you.
Good morning all. I am Ubanias. Today I am going to say about volcano eruption. Parts of a volcano are lava, main vent, magma, magma chamber, organ, secondary layer of lava and ash. These are the parts of volcano. Now I will show a model and a working model of a volcano. This is the model of volcano. Now I will show how volcano work. We will put some baking soda and put some colors and put some vinegar. This is the working model of volcano. Now I will say some sentence about volcano. Volcano has many advantages and disadvantages. One of the disadvantages of volcano is volcanoes spew hot, dangerous gases like lava and ash. They are powerful destructives. People dead when volcano blasts. Now I will say some advantages of volcano. One of the advantages of volcano is volcano provide many benefits for people such as volcano ash and rock makes fertile land. It helps us to stabilize the core part of our planet. Thank you.
My name is Vaidehi Madhav. I am studying in 6th standard. Today I am going to show a model of the food chain as a part of science exhibition. We know that the ultimate source of energy on the earth is the sun. So, animals cannot utilize the solar energy radiated by the sun. Only the green plants can utilize the solar energy. So, the animals get energy from the green plants. Do you know how the plants can utilize the solar energy? Because the plants contain a pigment called chlorophyll. So, I am going to say the aim, procedure and observation and inference of my model food chain. Aim or objective: to understand the connection within a food chain as well as how producers and consumers intersect for energy flow through an ecosystem. Procedure: a food chain that describes how energy and nutrients move through an ecosystem. At the basic level, there are plants that produce the energy. Then it moves up to higher level organisms like herbivores. In the food chain, energy is transferred from one living organism through another in the form of food. Now it is the observation. When observing a single food chain, you can see the path in which energy and nutrients get passed along through a specific community. Since a food chain is much more simplistic than a food web, it can be used to predict the response of an ecosystem due to changes in population of a single species. Now I am going to say the inference. A food chain explains which organism eats another organism in the environment. The food chain is a linear sequence of organisms where nutrients and energy is transferred from one organism to the other. It begins with producer organism, follows the chain and ends with decomposer organism. Now I am going to show my model. Sun's energy is get plants. Now these plants are consumed by the grasshoppers. And these grasshoppers are eaten by the frogs. These frogs are eaten by snakes. Snakes are eaten by eagles. Now in this case, we see that 4 animals get energy. Now, I am going to say the real life application of food chains. Real life application. Food chains are important because they show the intuitive relationship in ecosystem. It is seen that in food chains, each organism fills a specific need in an ecosystem. Food chain reveal how each organism depends on someone else for survival. If the grasshoppers are the producers, then what happened there? These 4 animals will be died because they didn't get any energy. So that is the importance of the green grass in this food chain. So that's all. Thank you. Hope you all like my model.
Hi my dear friends, I am Devendra. I am studying 4th standard. Today I am going to present the process of human digestive system. We need energy to do various tasks in our day-to-day life, and this energy comes from food. This is the picture of human digestive system. This is mouth, then food pipe, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine and anus. First of all, mouth. Eat, chew and gain the food. This food mixes with saliva. Saliva breaks the stretch of food into simple sugars and also make the food soft. Food pipe. Food passes through the food pipe to reach the stomach. It is like a muscular bag in which food is turned and mixed with digestive juices. Digestive juices break down the food into simple and soluble form. Liver. Liver produces bile that help to digest fat in small intestine. Pancreas. Pancreas produces juices that help to digest carbohydrate, fat and protein in small intestine. Small intestine. It is a long polyp tube that produces some digestive juices. The process of digestion completes here. The walls of small intestine have blood vessels that absorb the digested food and take it to all other body parts. Large intestine. It holds the undigested food, absorb extra water from it and form feces. Anus. Undigested semi-solid waste is passed out as stool through it. The food we eat needs to be broken down into simple substance and it will be absorbed the blood. This process is called digestion. This is the model of human digestive system. Let us see about this process. This is our digestive system. Thank you.
Hi friends, I'm Devika Gopumma from 5th standard in Mother India Public School, Kallara. Today I am going to do a science-based experiment which is called the water acid science experiment. Some experiment materials are required for doing this experiment. Candle, matches, plate, glass container, 1 cup of water, food color and spoon. There are 5 steps for doing this experiment. Science behind the experiment and the effect in life will be described later. Let's come to the experiment. First of all, add 2-3 drops of food color into the water. Stir it with the help of a spoon.
candle with the help of a matchstick. Let the candle burn in full flame. When the candle is burning in full flame, take the thin glass container and slowly put it over the candle. You can see the water rises up and the candle goes out. The science behind it. Because twice as much as oxygen burned than carbon dioxide released. The air volume decreases. The physical aspect, the candle heats the air and expands it. When the oxygen is depleted, the candle goes out and the air cools. The volume of the air decreases and the water rises. Effect in life. Due to thermal expansion of the air, the sea level rises rapidly. Even a small increase in sea level can have effects on coastal habitats. It can cause erosion, wetland flooding, lost habitats for fish, birds and plants, and it will affect our day-to-day life. Thank you.
Good morning all of you. I am Rajat. I am studying in 3rd standard. Welcome to the experiment of floating egg. We have two glasses in. One is filled with fresh water and the other glass I am putting and salt and mixing it well. Then the other egg I am putting in the fresh water. Then see the egg is sinking. Then the other egg I am putting in the salt water. Then see the egg is floating. Oh, what image? Why is happening like this? This is because of the density. Density is the weight of a substance for a physical volume. And it flows in the salt water because the mass of the salt water displaced is equal to the mass of the egg. The egg's density is less than the density of the salt water. In everyday life, the ship flows on the ocean because the average density of the total volume of the ship and everything inside of it must be less than the same volume of water. I hope all of you understand.
Good morning, teachers and all my dear friends. Myself, Ihafsa from class 2nd as a part of Science Fest. Today, I am here to show you some medicine plants. There are so many medicine plants in our nature. Here are few of them. First one is Tulsi. This is Tulsi. It lowers blood pressure and purifies blood. You can find Tulsi planted everywhere. Second one is Neem. This is Neem. Control diabetes, increases immunity and good medicine for smallpox. Third one is Mint. Do you all know what is Mint? This is Mint. It improves brain function and helps in digestion. Fourth one is Aloe Vera. This is Aloe Vera. Helps in curing wounds and promotes in hair growth. Fifth one is Malabar nut leaves. This is Malabar nut leaves. Malayalam word Adalodagam. Prevent coughing and reduces joint pain. Sixth one and last one, coriander leaves. This is coriander leaves. Prevents from allergies and nourishes your eyes. The secrets are in the plants. To elicit them, you have to love them enough. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
I am Daksha Sudesh, studying in 2nd standard as a part of science exhibition. Today I am going to talk about abacus. Abacus is a counting tool. Tim Cranmer was invented abacus in India. In your daily life, it is the best way to learn how to calculate without using a calculator, papers and pencils. Abacus increase and concentration power of a child significantly. The full form of abacus is abundant weights, addition and calculation utility system. Let us find how to show 2-digit and 3-digit number on abacus. Look at the abacus shown here. It has 2 spikes, ones and tens. Each
we write 3. The number has 3 tens and 2 ones. Thus the number from the abacus is 32. In this abacus, 3 spikes, ones, tens and hundreds, each having some beads. Here are 1 bead in 1 spike, so we write 1. 2 bead in 10 spike, so we write 2. 3 bead in 100 spike, so we write 3. The number has 3 hundreds, 2 tens and 1 ones. Thus the number from the abacus is 321. See, in this abacus, 3 spikes, ones, tens and hundreds. But in ones and tens spike, no beads. So we write 0. In 100 spike, 6 beads. So we write 6. Thus the number from the abacus is 600. This is a standard abacus tool. I conclude my words. Thank you all.
Good morning to all. My name is Aradhya. I am studying in 4th standard as a part of science exhibition. Today I am going to present a small experiment, lava lamp. Lava lamp is a simple and great fun experiment for kids using simple materials you probably already have in your kitchen cupboard. This is the great way to learn about liquid having different density and an exciting introduction to chemical reaction. Then let's move to the jar. Topic: lava lamp. Materials: clear jar or a bottle, baking soda, vegetable oil, vinegar, food coloring, glitter and spoon. Method: add 1/3 of baking soda into the glass jar. Fill 2/3 of the jar with oil in the small cup and some vinegar and several drops of food coloring and glitter. Slowly add drop of your oil and watch the lava lamp came to life. Then let's move to diagram. This is the diagram of lava lamp. Then let's move to the experiment. Take a glass jar. Put 1/3 of baking soda. Put vegetable oil. Take vinegar, add some food color and glitter. Put into the jar and watch the magic. Why it's happened? Explanation: oil and vinegar do not have the same density. Vinegar is more dense than this type of oil. That's why it is sinks to the bottom of the container. Once the vinegar touches the bottom of the container, it reacts with the bicarb. This chemical reactions creates bubbling carbon dioxide. These are the
Respected principal, teachers, parents and all my dear friends. Good morning to all. I am Diksha, studying 2nd standard in Mother Public School, Kallara. As a part of science exhibition, I am going to present a subject about water pollution. Water is the most important need of the life on the earth. Every organism in the world needs water. But water pollution is the leading worldwide cause of death and disease. Water pollution is affecting humans' lives in many ways. Water pollution is not good for human beings, animals, trees, and other things. Human beings are responsible for making water dirty. Such dirty water from gutter, washing clothes on riverbanks, garbage thrown in water bodies, etc. Water is one of the precious